Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create ClickUp task from Google Sheets row. So I manage a team of a company and I have to create new tasks for my team members every day. So I'm using Google Sheets to store the task details, and now here in this case I want that whenever I add a new task detail in my Google Sheets, then automatically using the detail a new task should be created for my team member in our ClickUp account. So here to automate this entire process, I need to connect these applications using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So as I've already mentioned in my introduction that I manage a lot of tasks and projects for my team, and I keep track of everything in Google Sheets. But manually creating tasks in ClickUp from the rows in my spreadsheet takes too much time. So by automating the process of creating ClickUp tasks from Google Sheets rows, I can instantly turn each row of data into a task in ClickUp without doing it manually. This helps me stay organized, saves me a lot of time, and ensures that no task is missed. It's a simple way to streamline my workflow and keep everything running smoothly. So here to automate this entire process, I need to connect my Google Sheets with my ClickUp account, and here to build this connection, I'm going to use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software, and it connects all your favorite apps and makes them work together seamlessly. You can set it up to do things automatically like updating customer info across platforms or sending notifications when something important happens. It's really easy to use and saves you tons of time that you can spend on more important stuff. Plus, it keeps everything organized and error free so you can focus on growing your business hassle free. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect, and you can visit it by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options, that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and here to build my connection I need to create a workflow first. So for that, here I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, I have to give a name to my workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create ClickUp task from Google Sheets row. And now I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you have to click on this learn more link given over here. And by clicking on this, it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. So now moving back to my Pabbly's dashboard, and here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button given over here. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow, and here on my screen you can see the two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here in my trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets because I want to create my ClickUp task from Google Sheets. So Google Sheets is a free web-based spreadsheet program that allows you to create, edit and share spreadsheets online. It's like having a powerful and flexible digital workbook that you can access from any device with an internet connection. People use Google Sheets because it's super convenient for collaborating with others in real time. Whether you're tracking expenses, creating project plans, analyzing data, or working on a group assignment, Google Sheets makes it easy to work together and stay organized. Plus, it integrates seamlessly with other Google apps like Google Drive and Google Forms, making it a go-to tool for personal and professional use. So here in my Google Sheets trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. So that whenever we are going to add a new data in our Google Sheets row, then automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. Or you can say that automatically this entire workflow is going to get triggered. And now here after selecting my trigger event, you can see I have received a webhook URL. That means here I'm going to use this webhook URL to connect my Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. Connect. So here, following the instructions given below, firstly here I'm going to copy this webhook URL. And here I've already logged in my Google Sheets account. So this is my Google Sheet which I have created with the name ClickUp Task. And now I'm going to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So here to build this connection, firstly you have to click on this extensions given over here. And from here you have to click on this add-ons. Now here under add-ons you have to select get add-ons. Now here in this Google Workspace Marketplace, you have to search for an add-on that is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So here you have to search for it, and then you have to install this add-on in your Google Sheets account in order to connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So here you can see it is already installed in my Google Sheets account. So moving back, and after installing this particular add-on, you have to follow the same steps. So moving back, and once you have installed this add-on in your Google Sheets account, you have to refresh your window, and that's a necessary step. So now here after refreshing your window, you have to click on this extensions again, and from here you will see an option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks over here. Now here under this Pabbly Connect Webhooks, you have to select this initial setup option given over here. And here under initial setup, you can see it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So here in this webhook URL field, I need to enter the webhook URL that I have received in my Pabbly's workflow. So this is my webhook URL, and then here it is asking me for the trigger column. So here in the instruction it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here in my Google Sheets, you can see my last data column is column D. So here I'm going to enter my trigger column as column D. And now here after entering the webhook URL and the trigger column, I'm going to click on the submit given over here. And here you can see it says setup configured successfully. That means with this we have successfully set up a webhook inside our Google Sheets. Now I'm going to click on the send test button given over here so that I can receive a test response in my Pabbly's workflow. So here you can see it says test data sent successfully. That means we have successfully sent this first row data from our Google Sheets to our Pabbly's workflow. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the trigger column, task name as generate leads for the month of October. Here you can see the spreadsheet name scrolling little down. Here you can see the sheet name. Here you can see the sheet ID, priority, due date, and the description over here. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger over here. But here, before moving forward with this connection, let me take you back to my Google Sheets. And here to build this successful connection, you have to follow another very important step so that whenever we are going to add a new detail in our Google Sheets, then automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. So for that, you have to click on this extensions again. And from here, you have to click on this Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And here under Pabbly Connect Webhooks, you have to turn on this send on event button given over here. So by turning it on, it will automatically send the data from our Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect whenever a new data is added in our Google Sheets. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see we have successfully received a tick in front of the send on event. That means we have successfully turned it on. So now let's move back to our Pabbly's workflow. And now here after receiving the details from our Google Sheets, I want to use the details and create a new task in my ClickUp account. So for that, here in this action step, I'm going to select my action application as ClickUp. So ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity platform that helps you manage tasks, projects, and teams in one place. People use ClickUp because it's flexible and customizable, making it easy to organize work, set priorities, and track progress. Whether you're handling simple to-do lists or complex projects, ClickUp offers tools like task management, time tracking, and collaboration features. It's popular because it keeps everything streamlined, helping teams stay on the top of their work and boosting productivity. So here in my ClickUp action step, I'm going to select my action event as create a task, so that whenever a new row is added in our Google Sheets, then automatically a new task for that should be created in our ClickUp account. And now here to connect my ClickUp with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your ClickUp account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, it is asking me for the API token. So here following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my ClickUp account. And from here, I'm going to click on my profile icon given in the top right corner. And from here, I'm going to click on the settings. And here under settings, I'm going to select this apps option given the left side bar. And here under apps, you can see we have received the API token. So I'm going to copy this API token, moving back to my Pabbly's workflow. And here I'm going to enter the API token. Now here after successfully entering the API token, I'm going to click on the save given over here. And here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to select the workspace, space, folder name and list name. So here to get all these details, let me take you back to my ClickUp account. So here in my ClickUp account, you can see the workspace that I'm using is Pabbly's workspace. Here you can see the space that I'm using is Pabbly Connect and the folder as ClickUp and the list name as task over here. So moving back to my Pabbly's workflow, and here for the workspace, I'm going to select Pabbly's workspace, space as Pabbly Connect. And after that, I'm going to select my folder name as ClickUp over here and my list name as task over here. So with this, we have successfully selected all the required details, and then here it is asking me for the task name. So here, instead of entering this task name manually, here I'm going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I've received in my trigger step. Mapping makes the text dynamic so that whenever we are going to add a new detail in our Google Sheets, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So I'm going to map the task name. So this is my task name. So here I'm going to map it. Moving forward, here for the description type, I'm going to select text content, and then here it is asking me for the description. So here I'm going to map the description. So this is the description. So here I'm going to map it. Moving forward, here this assignee ID is already selected. So here I'm going to move forward. Here this tags is not a required field. So here I'm going to leave it blank. And here for the priority, I'm going to select the priority as urgent. And then here it is asking me for the due date. So here in the help text, it says enter the timestamp in milliseconds. You can convert the date and time to timestamp using this tool. So here for this due date, we need to enter the due date in the format of timestamp in milliseconds. But the due date that we have received is in a basic format over here. So now we have to convert this due date by using a feature by Pabbly, that is datetime formatter by Pabbly. So for that, here we are going to add a new action step over here. And here in this action step, we are going to select a feature by Pabbly, that is datetime formatter by Pabbly. So here people use datetime formatter by Pabbly to format the date and the time in different time zones. So here you can use datetime formatter by Pabbly for formatting date with time zone, format date only, format time zone only, add or subtract time, current date, modify current date and date duration calculator. So here we are going to format the date only. So here I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to click on this connect given over here. And then here it is asking me to enter the date. So I'm going to map the due date that I've received in my Google Sheets trigger step. So this is the due date that I want to format. Moving forward, and then here it is asking me to select the from format. So here for the from format, I'm going to select the format as the simple basic format in which I've entered this date over here. So this is this format, and now here for the to format, I'm going to select the to format as timestamp in millisecond. So I'm going to select it, and now here after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received the successful response where we have received the result as the timestamp in milliseconds. So with this, we have successfully set up this action step as well. Now let's move back to our ClickUp action step. And here we are going to map the due date that we have received using datetime formatter by Pabbly. So this is the due date that we are going to map it over here. Moving forward, and then here it is asking me for the start date. So here start date is not a required field, so here I'm going to leave it blank. And now here after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully created a new task in our ClickUp account for the new detail added in our Google Sheets. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new task with the name generate leads for the month of October. Here you can see the status as open, due date as today's date, and here you can see the priority as urgent. So with this, we have successfully created a new task in our ClickUp account, and with this, we have successfully set up our entire automation. Now let's test our automation with a real-time example to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to add a new task detail in our Google Sheets row. And for that, let me take you back to my Google Sheets. And here I'm going to enter some new detail over here. So here for the task name, I'm going to enter the task name as create social media calendar for this month. And here for the description, I'm going to enter the description similar as monthly task. And then here for the due date, I'm going to enter the due date as 2024 10/27. And then here for the priority, I'm going to select the priority as urgent only. And with this, we have successfully added a new task detail in our Google Sheets row. So now let's go and check our ClickUp account. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new task over here with the name create social media calendar for this month. Here you can see the status as open, due date is October 27th, and here you can see the assignees and the priority and the description over here. So with this we have successfully created a new task over here, and with this we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken our trigger as Google Sheets and our action as datetime formatter by Pabbly and ClickUp, so that whenever we are going to add a new task detail in our Google Sheets row, then automatically using datetime formatter, that due date is going to be formatted, and after that automatically a new task is going to be created in our ClickUp account for the same. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.